the montage is all in chronological order. I didn't edit the order of anything. I wanted to kind of show you the process where my head kind of goes in a session, because it's not linear at all. It's not linear. There's I'll do easy tricks, hard tricks, in whatever order, as long as I'm kind of keeping a consistent focus on what my skills are kind of doing. And I really try really hard to not overthink anything. It can be really good to do consecutive volume on a specific trick, but I had been doing that the last few sessions, so I just tried to keep the fun high and not worry about too much about exactly what I was learning. Just really finding what's fun and what's actually improved, because working on Unnatural the last few sessions has been a little bit tedious. I've been doing just over and over and over again, grinding, and without even really changing anything, just to make sure it's consistent. And being able to break free of that, get a little creative, definitely felt like a beginner again. And I think that's how I know I've gotten smarter, right? If all of a sudden I'm a little harder on myself and I'm telling myself, oh, like, I have a little bit more room to improve here and there, then it's probably a good indication that my brain muscle has grown faster than my technique muscles, which is totally okay. I think actually the brain muscle for me has always been the harder thing to develop. The mind-muscle connection has always been okay, you know, like up to standard. So a little bit of an encouraging session, I think. A little bit of a moral boost. And I'm really just waiting for the day that I'll be hyped enough and around other people to kind of support me to start doing doubles. I have done every prerequisite I can think of for double flips, and it's a matter of opportunity. I don't want to do it alone. I don't know, it's kind of just a hype thing. I feel like it's a big mental thing. I think I want to do my first doubles around some of my best friends, and that's okay, because the longer I wait, the better my first attempts will be, as long as I'm sticking, at least maintaining and improving my double sets. So in the montage you saw some dub 10 sets, which were either some cork 6 to my back or cork 7 to my back, and I did some cork 6s as well, and then wrapped them up in some later reps. And something a little bit unique I did today also was practicing spins onto rails. There's a little, you saw in the video, a trampoline next to a ledge. Actually pretty slippery. I'm supposed to wear the socks that they give me, but I didn't today because the place is run by a bunch of teenagers and they don't really pay attention. But a little bit slippery, and it turned out to kind of help, because I was slipping all over the place, and I think that's how it would work on snow too. So correct me if I'm wrong, but making things a little bit more slippery on the trampoline, probably not a super bad thing for this specific thing. And to wrap it all up, I did some 10s, which I'm sure some of them were just 7s based on the axis and the way my head was looking. But I definitely threw the energy of a 10 in there. And some of them went well, some of them went to 9, some of them overflipped. Not as scary as the first attempts I've done in the past, but not as consistent either. I think I wasn't even complacent or anything. I wasn't even feeling too relaxed or anything. They just weren't clicking today. They weren't clicking. And I wanted to do the flat 10 or straight 10 or bow and arrow, orbital 10, whatever you want to call it. I think it's sick, but it just, I went to 9 and it felt really good at 9, but I never intended to go to 9. So I was a little bit too hard on myself and ended up kind of tuning out of those attempts, which is never great. You always want to hang on to any, even partial success, want to hang on to that as best you can. I got a pretty good sweat in actually today. I think that I'm building up my tolerance to my blood pressure going up and down my body. I wonder if there's an official term for the, because when you jump on the trampoline, you're not really doing cardio, but for some reason the heart goes crazy. And I'm assuming it's because you have blood being pushed up and down through your arteries. But I'm getting used to it. I'm able to. A couple sessions ago, I would do 2 reps, maybe just 1, and then I walk around for 30 seconds, and I could do 2.5 hours, no problem like that. But now, if I'm doing 2 reps, I get off 5 seconds, 2 breaths, I'm good to go again. So there's definitely a tolerance to the trampoline cardio being built up, and it's letting me get way more reps. Also, getting a good sweat in, really motivating thing, because I'm basically indicating to myself, or reading the indicator, that I'm probably warmed up and circulation's going well, and that could be a reassuring thing. You must have gone skiing when you're cold, or done any sport when it's a little bit cold and you're just not quite warming up, or if you skip your warm-up, then you'll know you'll be super stiff. And it's not just an overall, it is an overall thing. It affects every corner. It's going to affect every corner of that activity during the day. So really glad I got a good warm-up in, and it wasn't even a conscious time set apart type warm-up. I literally just started bouncing longer and less high at first with smaller tricks, and then bounced higher, less reps, bigger spins, and that went well. Not really any super sketchy moments, just, you know, a little bit of confusion in some of my 1080s, but that's okay. I never really got lost. I just was confused about exactly how I should be throwing it, and I wasn't doing sets, so that's okay. I'm totally happy. Something I could have done a little differently. Yeah, like I said, I could have stayed a little longer, done some more sets. I have a little more gas in the tank, but maybe that'll go into